Good evening, Dilshad. It's nice to have you here finally.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Dilshad. It's nice to have you here finally. I was just about to message the support team to give you a gentle reminder. Maybe it has slipped your mind that you had a session.
No, no, no. Actually, I remember that I have a session at 6 p.m., but I'm connecting to you from the workplace. You know that today is Sunday and Mother's Day. So due to which I was not able to connect on time, and I was late by 6 minutes because I was on call with my owner. So due to
With
the
your
reason that I
owner.
could not connect to you.
That's an understandable reason. So, but I'm confused. You said you were on a call with your owner. What does that mean exactly?
Sorry, I
You,
was talking to my one of the owner. We have a three owners, and then it was one of those whose name is exactly your name, Abhishek.
okay, like one of the
Yeah.
founders of your organization, you mean, right?
Yes.
All right. But when you said, I was speaking to my owner, that gives off the wrong message there. Nobody is allowed to own people, no, by law. So he's not really your owner. He's maybe the owner of the organization, not really your owner, right? That
Oh,
is
oh, oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
confusion there. All right, it's
yeah.
nice to have you here finally. And I
Mhm.
think this is the first
Uh,
time that we're interacting with each other. Yeah, are you trying to say something, Risha?
yeah, I was trying to say the owners, like the sentences, the structure was not perfect, correct? Like I was saying, owner. So could you tell me the correct word? Like he's the, of course, owners of organizations, the restaurants, or the owner of that restaurant.
Okay.
So
You could say
exactly how.
you could use the word proprietor, for example, right? But you have to mention the organization or the company as
Mm,
well. No, you should not really say,
yes.
you can use the word owner also, it's not wrong. But if you say he's my owner, I was on a call with
Mm.
my owner. Okay, so that does not really make sense, right? So
Mm.
the
That
owner
that
of
that
my
that is a
organization,
that is translate of Hindi, I think.
kind of, you could say like that. But even in Hindi, I cannot really assume how you would say Mera Malik, right?
Mm.
Or something like
Mm.
that. So that's an antiquated term, I believe. Like in Hindi, also we say our boss, our superior, the proprietor of the
Mm.
company. So terms like these would be much more appropriate in a sentence like that. Otherwise, your sentence was perfectly fine.
All right. All right.
All right. So I think this is the first time that we're having an interaction together, Dilshad. I don't believe we have met before, and
Yes.
custom would dictate that we get acquainted with each other just a little bit before proceeding with the actual session. So, what I propose is I would introduce myself briefly, and then I would expect you to follow suit and tell me a few details about yourself. Is that agreeable?
Yes.
All right. So, as you already know, my name is Abhishek Priyadarshi. I've been a communications coach and an English instructor for more than a decade now. I come from a small town in the state of Bihar, and in my leisure time, I love listening to Hindi classical music. I dabble in music a little bit as well, and interacting with people hailing from diverse cultural and professional backgrounds. Which is why my time spent here on the platform is exceptionally rewarding because I get to do exactly that. And that's really all about me. And whenever you feel comfortable, you may do the honors.
Yeah, well, I would like to keep my introductions. Like, my name is Dilshad Ahmad Sheikh, on which reflecting on its screen, Dilshad Sheikh for him. So the middle name is not reflecting. Well, I'm coming from Uttar Pradesh as well. Like, yeah, and I have settled in Mumbai. Been almost 2 decades that I stay with my family. And when it comes to the qualification, that I have pursued modern, sorry, I pursued the college from the modern college from Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
Um,
Where do you
yeah,
currently
and
work in?
I'm currently working at Dream Center.
At a what center? Could you repeat that, please?
Dream Center Restaurants.
Okay. Okay, so it's is
Yeah.
it a famous chain of restaurants, or is it a one-time thing? Or is it a single place, like a single brand?
No, it has a chain, almost 27 outlets all over the India, and
Okay,
in 16 or 14 cities that we have reached.
okay, wonderful. So,
Yeah.
Dilshad, you have attended how many sessions in the platform so far, if you care to inform me?
Today, today the one I'm having with you is the 16th or 15th. I don't remember exactly. 15th or 16th session. I'm having.
All right, 15 sessions. 15 sessions, I would say, is a reasonably high amount to make a valid assessment of whether or not the process is benefiting you. Like, do you perceive any advantages after joining the platform here and interacting with our tutors? Do you see any sort of tangible changes in your speech pattern, or any other minute observation that has changed your, the style of your communication?
Yes, well, a lot of changes that I can see because the first thing that when I see my first recording and the last one, like which I had yesterday, so the lot different. The first thing was I was nervous at the first session when I was having, and I was little, uh, shy kind of to express myself. But after having little more sessions, like thrown up after 2, 3 sessions, then I started having the confidence. I started the explaining, quite well, uh, compare, comparatively previous sessions which I have done with the previous teachers. So one thing all the previous teachers what have recommended me, what have suggested me, which have you speak very fast. At the beginning, what happens? I was like, when I speak very fast. I feel like it feels like people that he's in hurry, that he's in rush. So that somewhere that I'm trying to control the speed when I'm planning about something, I should explain quite well and with uh, a good speed at good speed, not just like um, too fast. So I'm controlling on that. But actually, I'm looking at what I was looking, and still I'm looking. Maybe it's just 16 sessions. What I'm looking, the sentences, the structures
Mhm.
that has to be improved. And of course, while speaking, I'm searching the correct word with the sentences. I'm
Mm.
still searching, and I still have not I have not find that there is any changes in it. Any changes since I started until now.
Mm.
So yes, but
So
only the changes that I can see, only changes that I can see, be a little bit confident while while delivery the speech.
that's splendid. I'm very glad that you have perceived such a positive change, such a positive transformation. It generally uh, it's a phenomena that is observed by most our learners. It's this language we often not get to utilize it in our daily lives, and therefore, if you start participating in the endeavor and you expose yourself to scenarios where you have to articulate your opinions and your views in only English, the more that you indulge in that practice, the more confident automatically the process makes you, because experience is what creates confidence, right? So the more experience you have under your belt, the more confident, the more self assured you will be. And it's very nice, and you should keep that up. As regarding the fact of vocabulary, for example, so vocabulary acquisition is a very slow and arduous process. Actually, you might have come across a lot of words. There might be a lot of words in your head that you understand once you come across, but you might not be able to even utilize half of them while you are actually speaking. This is also a very common problem, right, amongst all of our learners. So in order to rectify that, there is a different method, there's a different approach that you need to follow in order to bring those those words that you already are familiar with from your passive vocabulary to your active vocabulary. It takes a little bit of technique, which I'll share with you before the class ends, right? Apart from that, I think you mentioned sentence structure, right? So sentence structure, as so far as I have observed, you do make like insignificant grammatical mistakes here and there. Why I call them insignificant is because as an English tutor, I would definitely notice lapses of judgment like that, or errors like that. but most people would not. For example, when you said that your restaurant chain has more than 70 outlets all over the India, right? So the mistake, can you recognize what the mistake there was? Can you take a
Across 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 the India.
no, across India is also fine. Yeah, that's true. But after across, you added the to India, right?
Mhm.
So you don't have to use articles for proper nouns. So that is a very hard rule set in stone. So basically, you have to say India. There are some countries which the article the is incorporated in the name itself, like the United States of America or the Netherlands or the Philippines. So these countries obviously you have to use the, but apart from that, most countries countries are proper names, so you don't use the. Apart from that, you also said I am controlling on that. So regarding your shyness, I think you said this. I'm controlling on that. Can you take a guess what is wrong here? Why am I bringing this to your attention? Take a guess. Take it. You said
What was this?
I'm controlling on that.
On?
That you were referring
Mm,
to your shyness. I think. So the problem here is that on is redundant here. The preposition is not required. Okay, I'm
mm,
controlling that. The thing is, when you think in Hindi and then you translate into English,
mm,
then these
mm,
sorts of
mm,
errors kind of pop up. Us par kabu karna, kind of. So that per gets translated to on. In the
mm,
English language. Apart from that,
mm.
you also said that I have not find anything other than this. Okay, so this is a
Found.
yes, exactly.
Mm,
So you
mm,
are trying to use the present perfect tense, but you cannot use the verb one there, right? So
mm,
some of them might be slip ups, others might be recurrent errors, but they are so minuscule. They are so insignificant is like I would try like to use the word another time. They're negligible, let us say. Okay, so most people would not notice, but as a tutor I have to correct your mistakes. I have to point them out. That is part of the job description. So your sentence
mm,
structure to me seems fine for the time being, right? Because you've only started your journey with us here. It's not been a long time. So these kinds of
mm,
errors will be rooted out with the progression of time. Now
mm,
that you have told me a little bit about yourself, I also would like to understand what, according to you, are your impediments. Your tutors have told you that you speak fast, right? The one feedback that you receive was you speak fast. I think you have tried to mediate that. I think you have tried to exercise some moderation in that regard. And today, while you are speaking to me, I don't think that your rate of speech is so high as it would cause an inconvenience to the listener, right? I can really understand you. I think there is no sense of urgency that is being perceived from your cadence. But yes, so that means that you have done a good job. You have taken the feedback in stride and you have worked on it. So yes, that is one thing. Other thing that you mentioned, your problem with vocabulary. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. But apart from these two things, are there some other impediments? Are there some other obstacles that you perceive yourself, that you notice yourself while interacting with other people in English? Like your own issues. What are the issues that you face when you try to, you know, articulate your opinions?
The, you know,
Is it hard to put your finger on? Let me make a suggestion. Maybe you blank sometimes. Maybe you have the right idea in your head, but you don't exactly get how to express it, what structure to basically employ, what syntax to employ. Or maybe your vocabulary. Has any tutor, for example, ever told you that you have any UP or Bihari NTI, any mother tongue influence in your pronunciation? No. Okay, that's
uh,
nice. That's nice. A lot of people from
just
our parts.
just yeah, just because of that moving from Uttar Pradesh in 2007, it's been around 2 decades staying
Oh,
in Mumbai. So the yes, a mother influences was there a bit when I came from Uttar Pradesh, and with whom I was living, around the people, my some friends who become after coming in Mumbai, they become friends of mine. So they used to say that the sound that you say, how the way you talk, it's exactly, it's not like us. It's like
Oh,
that you coming from Uttar Pradesh and
oh,
Bihar, but not, but that uh, not not the weird kind of the sound I had. It was a really professionalist kind of the sound. But you know the sweetest Hindi, which is
oh.
being spoken in our state, in in Delhi or in Uttar Pradesh, not
Mm.
in Mumbai. Mumbai doesn't know how to speak Hindi clearly. If you
Definitely.
if you have been ever in Mumbai, so
Mm.
because they use such a loafer kind of this Hindi, which we don't use.
Ah,
But at the same time, many of us that who come from the same from Uttar Pradesh, they
mhm.
also have the accent, different accents. So
Sure.
because of those people, we are little,
Singled out
defamed.
and defamed.
What do you
Yeah,
call?
sure.
Yeah, we are
Singled out.
defamed
I
in.
said you are singled out.
Yeah, yeah. So not yeah, because of those people that that you are blamed because you're coming from Uttar Pradesh, you are coming from the Bihar. I am coming from Delhi. So people said, oh no, he is coming from Uttar Pradesh. He must be having the same thought of process. He must be having the same accent. No, it
Mm.
wasn't like that. But just because of being from the that particular area, that particular reason, that's why people called us. Oh, he's a Bihari. He's a Bhaiya
Bhaiya.
and he doesn't have the good accent to his speech. He doesn't have the good accent. So
Mm.
that's all.
But you
Yeah,
clearly
but
worked on that as well. I can
yeah,
see. Mm.
it's been 20 years, and then I got an opportunity to work at a place. That's where I meet the customer to visit the restaurants. They
Mm.
are qualified. They always speak in English. So that
Oh.
opportunity I have, and that's why I think the reason that my accent changed a bit, and also the environment that I had around, which I'm
Sure.
talking about the Mumbai people. That all that made me change.
Mm.
It doesn't make anybody feel that I'm coming from Uttar Pradesh now. Because when I'm with Uttar Pradesh people, like with my native people, 100% I go back in the same, what do you call, I use the same language,
Tonality.
same accent. Yeah,
Mm.
huh?
I use the word tonality. You
Yes,
still
I
go
use.
back to that tonality.
Yeah, I definitely go back to the tonality, but coming again, like I don't change it. It internally changed somewhere. When I meet somebody who's not from Uttar Pradesh, who's from the Mumbai, and internally it changed. It
Hmm.
changed. My accent and my way of speaking and everything it changed. But when I meet my people from the native place, internally somewhere it changed. I don't know how it changed, but I have changed it somewhere. I think it's a
It's a very
bo-
natural
uh,
thing.
it's a natural thing or it's a brain conscious that suddenly shift from here to there. I don't make anything with it, but
So great.
as soon as that when you look at the person, oh, he's from the Mumbai, I don't know, I don't think even about, but I
Mm.
started saying everything in that kind of the Hindi. But when I go back to countryside and meeting with those people,
Mm.
the yeah, childhood friends. So
Mm.
with those people, then I started again with the same tonality which I used to do earlier.
You are in a
Yeah,
very enviable position, Dilshad. A lot of my learners do not have that environment which you have. A lot of my learners are from like the IT background, working in various corporations here and there. And if they are working in Mumbai or in Delhi or any other metropolitan area, most of the time they only utilize English conversation for a very small portion of the day, really. And mostly their work is done, or the interactions that they hold are done in their vernacular medium itself. So they don't get a lot of practice. But because you are in the service industry and you have to interact with people all the time, you have to interact with clients all the time. And the cadre of clients which you receive is, as you mentioned before, is sophisticated enough to utilize English in their conversations. So you get a lot of practice. That's really good environment for you to flourish and thrive and really add some panache to your style. With a little bit of help from our end, I'm sure that you'll be very soon you'll be transforming into a very effective communicator and very like exceptional orator here in the company. It's just like we. I think the only thing needed is for us to garnish it. Like the underlying the fundamentals are already there, right? We only need to polish it a little bit. That's all.